So where you are going to configure these two things. One is your, I told you, right, there are two things. One is your default permissions and other is like your security admin privileges. So where you are going to configure them is like, go to your administration tools. So once you go to the administration tools page, right, go to manage employees portlet, guys. Here you can see, and go to set user permissions. You can see here there is something called as admin privileges and default permissions, guys. These two places concern with the two layers that I am told you here. With respect to your administrative domain framework, these are the two settings that we are going to configure now. So the first thing is like, let's go ahead and configure the default user permissions. What we are going to define there. We'll try to make, we are going to tell to the system, what are my default permissions that I'm going to configure in the system, or I want to maintain this so that every user is going to have this access. So you can see here whether they will be able to access JAM or not. So whether you want to grant the JAM access by default to the users, or it should be maintained as one of the administrative privileges. You have to decide on that, guys. Say if you don't want to grant that with respect to the default permissions, don't select this checkbox, guys. And the same is the case with respect to the goal plan permissions, whether the employee should be able to see all the different goal plan templates that has been created so far in the system. And if you are interested, go ahead and grant all those access so that employees will be able to see. It is nothing to do with the configuration, guys. Just they will be able to see the goal plan templates that, if at all, that has been assigned to them under the goal management module. So that's not a administrative privileges. And you can see spotlight view permissions, whether they will be able to look at the records which are of type spotlight view. If your organization requirement is yes, all the employees should be able to view and access the reports which are of type spotlight view, yes, you have to go ahead and select that. If it is not right, just unselect this thing so that they will not be able to see the spotlight view reports until unless they have the admin privileges, guys. So that is how you are going to configure. See, rest of all the reports, whether they need to have report access or not, you are going to configure here. And
Raghu, this is Smita here. So this, can it be restricted to one person, or can it, I mean, it applies to everybody?
No, these configurations, the default permissions, it applies to everyone. That is the reason I told you, right? Default permissions is going to be impacting all your users.
Oh, okay. So if I select all the goals there, whatever templates are there, then everybody is going to they're able to see all these templates, is it?
Yes. If you are going to select here, right?
Okay.
Yes, everyone will be able to see that.
Okay. So there's no way that we can control that?
No. You see, it goes from minimum to maximum. Like, so the moment you grant something, right, you will not be able to override that, or you will not be able to revoke that with another configuration. So that is the reason your default should be as minimum as possible, guys.
Okay.
Don't grant any additional access which is not supposed to be granted with respect to the default permissions. Anyhow, because after that you have admin privilege, right? If something is required, you can go ahead and grant them in the admin privileges. So admin privilege is specific to the users. Depending on the case, right, you can grant them the additional access. Is that clear, Smita?
Hello.
Yeah. Someone is asking question, guys.
Yes, Raghu, it's clear. But I was just wondering if there is any way that we can restrict people from seeing all the templates. If my company wants that kind of a setting, can I accommodate that in admin privileges?
Yes. See, if that is the case, right? First of all, don't grant the access here itself. Say you have 100 employees.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's take the example. Say you have 100. Sorry, guys. Say 100 employees, and say out of this 100, only 20 are supposed to see the whatever the goal plan templates we have, right?
Okay.
Only 20 are supposed to see. So just for the sake of 20 people, why you are exposing these all the goal plan templates to 100 employees? That is a security breach, right? Say if you are going to configure this thing, right, all the 100 employees will be able to see these goal plans, which is a security breach. Don't do that. Revoke under the default permissions. Revoke the access for goal plan templates, and for these 20 employees, whatever the requirement is, right, then they are supposed to see all the goal plan templates, right? Go to your administrative privileges.
Okay, so there is a way that we can do.
Yeah, grant the required permission to view goal plan templates. And these view of goal plan templates, now as you are going to do it via administrative privileges, only to these 20 employees, right? The rest of the 80 employees will not be able to see that. And that is your actual requirement, right? 80
Yes.
should not see and 20 you should be able to see that. Yes, this is how you are going to do that.
Okay. Okay, got it. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, someone else is asking question, guys.
Raghu, why enable calendar has question marks?
No, you want to enable that or not? That's it. It is asking like as though it is a question, right?
No, just yeah. This is something which is inbuilt.
Yeah, it is. It's out of the box, guys.
But this is weird. Why these question marks are there? Does it mean anything?
No, it doesn't mean anything, guys.
Okay.
No,
Another question is-
this label we can also change it, guys. This object label, right? This object label we can also go ahead and keep our own label. That's not a big deal. When we are working on the data models, right, I'll show you how to change your labels, whatever label. If you want to keep some foreign language, yes, you can go ahead and do your keep your foreign language, special characters, anything is allowed.
But it's possible that somebody might have done it during testing.
Yep.
Or so whenever they were trying something.
Yeah.
Sorry, Raghu.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. Is it how we can know that the 100 employees had the default permission or the privilege permission?
No. How your question is like how we can know that 100 employees got the access by default or by administrative privileges? Is that your question?
Yeah.
No, yeah. So again to that, it's a logical question, guys. It's come back to your default user permissions and look whether in the default you have configured this or not. Say if you already granted default, right, there is no point of going back to your admin privileges. Users are getting that with the default permission itself, right? In that case, there is no admin privileges. Even if you grant admin privileges and go ahead and give additional 20 users with the access, right? The same thing, whatever you granted through the default permissions, you are doing it again. It's a duplicate kind of thing. It doesn't harm whatever has been granted. Again, you are granting. Say tomorrow, in that case, to your question, right? Tomorrow, your organization is going to revoke under the default permissions. They are going to revoke the goal plan template permissions. Then the rest of the 80, they lose their permission. But the 20, whatever that has been granted through the admin privileges, they will retain their permissions because that has been granted through the admin privileges.
Sorry, is there any way we can see in the system that how many employees had the admin privilege? Or
No,
just individually we need to see the list, individually see by the name?
Yeah, you will be able to, but see, you will be able to see what kind of permissions people have in your organization. Yes, you will be able to see that security permission report is there, but
Okay.
you never,
That's all.
the report doesn't tell you whether this permission has been granted through user permissions or through admin privileges. It will tell you, yes, there is a user and these are the permissions that has been granted to him. You will get that report, security report, guys.
Raghu, I have a question.
Yeah.
All these tests we are going to perform using the administrative login or is the provisioning system?
No, it is going through with the instance through your admin privileges, guys. That's it. If you are configured as an administrator in the system, yes, we are going to do from your instance itself. No, and even in your provisioning system, you don't have anything with respect to the security, guys. It's all from your instance itself.
Okay, so the administrator is going to check.
Yes, yeah, consultant, SuccessFactors consultant, right? He is the one who is going to configure this.
Okay.
Raghu, I have a quick question. Archana here.
Yeah.
So the features, right, whatever privileges, the default permissions, that are currently available on instance, can that be modified? Can we add or exclude whatever default settings are already there, or is it inbuilt?
You mean to say these things, right?
Yeah.
They will keep on grow. Say if you are going to create one more goal plan template, say if you are configuring a new goal plan template, yes, by default you will see a new entry here. Say if you are adding one object in your system, yes, that object is going to be by default available here.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And Sandy got a
What
question.
about the
Guys.
headers? Yeah, sorry.
No, headers you will not be able to change it, guys. Say if you are talking about goal plan permissions, right? It will be always goal plan permissions.
You cannot add anything extra there to give
it depends on the modules that you are going to activate in your system. These permissions are going to be enhanced, but altogether you will not be able to say you have, when you talk about success factor, right? You have a couple of modules like your LMS, recruitment, your goal management, compensation, all these things. But you don't have another module. Say if you're talking about some specific module like sales and distribution, you don't see sales and distribution module in your success factor, right? You will not be able to do your sales and distribution here. It's all depending on the how many modules that you have. Under that module, what are the different kind of objects or what kind of different templates? Yes, those things by default available here, guys.
So if has any time has any, I mean, if you come across any client who has asked something more than what success factor grants, like if you add compensation model here, maybe some of the comp plans or the reviews could be visible here. But what if you want to add another extra header? Has any time such situation come or it never happens?
No. Where from that header is? But in order to come to the header, right, you need to have either object defined in your system, right?
Yeah, so whatever objects are defined, does everything pops up here?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, right? The moment you create a new object, say if you're talking about employee central, right, that is the place where using your MDF, you can create your own custom objects. The moment you create a custom object, right, yes, that is going to be available here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And Sandy got a question, guys. What if the requirement is for some specific region, location specific access? Yes. Sandy, that's the very good question. That is one of the drawback of your administrative domain or administrative privileges framework, Sandy. That's the thing that has been addressed in your role-based permission framework.
Okay.
Yeah.
Raghu, is it possible to view like in user level, like when that access is given, that kind of permission is given to a particular employee or user, like log kind of thing, those kind of details, and can be able to see that?
No, you will be able to get the audit trail log. That audit trail log is going to tell you like what kind of permissions or when the record has been changed. In fact, anything you will be able to get in your audit trail log, guys. But there is no any specific report or there is no specific configuration which will tell you that yes, this user got at this point of time. It is only the audit trail log. I don't know like who asked this question, but it is only the audit trail log where we can depend on that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you, Tasneem. Let's concentrate on security. I'll tell you like how to get your audit trail log, how to get your permissions report. All those things we'll see in the reporting module, guys. Kavita question, is administrative privileges being used in any new implementations? Yes, Kavita, people who are implementing talent management solutions, yes, they are using the administrative privileges or administrative domain security framework in their organizations. But when you talk about your Employee Central, right, and Employee Central goes along with your role-based permission framework, and they are using the role-based permission framework for sure with your Employee Central module.
Okay, so what about other modules like let's say recruiting?
No, that's what I'm telling you. Talent management solutions, nothing but talent management modules are nothing but your goals, performance, LMS, and your recruiting. All these things can run on your role-based permission framework or talent management mod or your administrative domain. There are customers who are using talent management solutions, only the talent management solutions without Employee Central module, which is nothing but your hybrid deployment. In that case, they are using the administrative domain framework, Kavita.